Parakshara, Narayana Paramukti, Narayana Paragati. It mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, there is one Gandharva. Gandharva means just the lower of heavenly planet called Gandharva Lok. Inhabitant of Gandharva Lok, they are extremely beautiful. Extremely beautiful. There is one Gandharva named Hu. Hu. So, one rishi went to take a bath, name was Deval. He wanted to make a fun with him. Rishi coming in, he went to the water and deep in the water and pulling Rishi's feet like a crocodile grabbed him and pulling. And he thought Rishi is an ordinary person. It's not like this. He knew everything. No, wicked-minded Hu. You want to take me water like a crocodile? Okay, next life will be crocodile. He became scared. Oh, he came out and grabbed his feet. Please excuse me. I don't know you are so influenced and you are so much powerful. This is all what I told it must happen. But I can make some consideration for you. What is that? Later on, after so many years, one big elephant will come to drink water. He can grab his feet and he will call Bhagavan, then Bhagavan will deliver you. Okay. Now he became very big, huge, gigantic crocodile. Other hand, it is mentioned in the scripture, Panchasardham Vanam Brajet. When our life will be 50 or more, then have to give up this material world, give the whole responsibility on children and have to go to forest to do bhajan. Means even being in household life, be detached and give all responsibility on your children. So King Indradumna, he giving up his household life, he went alone to do bhajan. He is not so advanced yet in bhajan. He was meditating, closing his eyes. Agastya Rishi is extremely powerful Rishi. He was coming. Seeing him, he gets some sound of somebody coming. Close his eye, open his eyes, and saw Agastya Rishi coming. According to Vedic tradition, if Gurudev is coming or any highly qualified Vaishnava is coming, whatever you are doing have to stand up to honor him. And whatever service you are rendering, have to honor him, taking permission, have to again go for service. But Indradumna king, he knowingly that Agastya Rishi coming, not stood up. No, I am doing meditation. How I can give up? He not stand up to honor him. Agastya Rishi came and told, King, you know I am coming. Knowingly you are sitting like an elephant. Okay, you will be an elephant. Then he understood his body going to be inert, that not all the senses, action was in the human body, going little difference, then he grabbed his feet. So, okay, what I told it must happen, but I can make some consideration. You will be elephant, and you will be surrounded by so many sea elephants. And you go to drink water, then a crocodile will take you water, then you will remember Bhagavan, Narayan come and delivered you. Question may arise in our mind, why Muni Rishis they are so angry? Sadhu must be calm and quiet. They are very peaceful. You are harassing them again and again, what they can do? And their benediction and curse is same value. Just like a small baby became very naughty, mother became very puzzled what to do. If mother sometimes twisting ear or slapping or grabbing, same thing. Due to affection, she is telling and twisting ear. In same way, highly qualification Vaishnava or Sadhu, either they are having curse or benediction, same thing. Many do bhajan of Indradumna Maharaj, how many lifetimes he used to take? But due to curse of Agastya Rishi, only the second lifetime he achieved the mercy of Bhagavan. Who Gandharva? He may not do bhajan because there are so many scope to do enjoyment, enjoy your own sense. Due to curse of Devarisi, he got this stage to get reverse and go to Vaikuntha planet. So the Indradumna king became big elephant. What he did? He came to drink water with so many sea elephant and babies, taking water with his tongue and sprinkle all the sea elephants. They are very happy. They are also taking water, throwing on him, like water sport. The meantime, crocodile came and grabbed him. Crocodile is very, very powerful inside water. Elephant, though very powerful, but his power is not as much on the ground. So elephant tried to come out in the ground, but crocodile pulling him. So other elephant tried to help the big elephant. They tried so many days, could not. They left and went away. And being in the water without eating, elephant is reduced his power. He saw one lotus. Then he remembered Bhagavan, O Prabhu, I am taking this lotus offering in your feet, chanting the name of Narayan. Immediate, Bhagavan came riding on Gorur, and Bhagavan ordered to Gorur, Narayan, pull them out. They Gorur pull out both of them, and what Bhagavan did, Narayan did. Oh, this elephant is my devotee. He is Indradumna king, past life. And this is not devotee, but is holding the feet of my devotee. I have delivered him first. So by his chakra, cut off jaw of crocodile, and first Bhagavan sent him to Vaikuntha planet, then to send elephant. Why? Because the crocodile hold the lotus feet of his devotee, Indradumna king, who was in elephant body. This is example of Harinam of Satya Yuga, and another example of Treta Yuga. In Treta Yuga, all of you know that Ramayana battle took place in Treta Yuga. In Treta Yuga, the demonic king Ravan kidnapped Sita Devi, the eternal consort of Lord Ramchandra. By the help of monkeys and bears, Lord Ram came to know Ravan has kidnapped Sita Devi. How to do now? Who will go to find her? So Sugriv, the king of monkeys, is sent 4 armies, 4 troops, 4 directions. And time period was 30 days. From east, west and north, they came back. The south could not come back yet. They took more time. When they came back, the dancing, jumping, and king has one special garden, no one allowed to enter, just take fruit. First they entered there, break so many branches, took as much as fruit they can eat, and come in. But king is not angry at all. Why they are making so much chaos? Must they get big success? They came. They knew that they had big success. So now how to go there? Have to jump the ocean. In between India and Sri Lanka, there is ocean. How to go there? They are thinking, oh, how I can go, how we can go, this, that, so many. I am not going in details. So Lord Ramchandra asked the pleasure in Vidya ocean to give way. Otherwise I will make you dry. He told, "Oh Prabhu, in your group there are two monkeys named Nal and Nil, both brothers. What they will throw in the water, it will float on the surface of water. You can use them and make bridge up on top of myself, top of the ocean." Nal and Nil, when they were small boy, the small boy became very, very naughty. Very rare boy became calm and quiet. Like Gurudev was very calm and quiet. He never will what his mother put her place, he'll sit one place, not going here and there. But almost all boys are very naughty. All babies. So not Nil tells you Rishi Munis are doing meditation or doing other thing, not here. They are doing puja. They will take the old parafina, throw in the water. Every time, every single day. One Rishi became very angry. Naughty boys, what you are doing? Every day throwing our paraphernalia. Have to go again, water, have to search. Okay, I am giving you curse. From today and the rest of your life, what you throw in the water, it will not sink, it will float on the water. So they are throwing, not sinking. This is coming and taking away. So this was cursed by Rishi. But what happened? This is or to make bridge on the ocean. So they are bringing, all are bringing rock. They are touching and writing Lord Ram's name and dropping on the water, floating. To make a bridge, have to need big pillar or pillar inside in the middle. Have to do pile foundation. But how they did? No pillar at all. Why? Due to curse of Muni. And when Hanuman went Lanka first time, what happened? There is no bridge. Jai Sri Ram! One jump and went other side. When bridge making was going on, Lord Ramchandra thought, oh, these monkeys and bears, especially the monkeys, they are bringing big rocks, the mountain, this, that, they are making bridge. Okay, let me try. So he took some pebbles and went behind a bush. When they are bringing mountain, there are so many trees, bushes are there. Taking, throwing the small stone, throwing the water, sink. 2, 3 deep. Ramchandra thinking, oh my goodness, what happened? They are chanting my name, the big rocks floating on the water, and I am throwing small pebbles is sinking. Monk is coming and going. Hanuman came, he should not see that Lord Ramchandra, oh my goodness, where my Prabhu gone? Hanuman became very gigantic form and so Prabhu sitting behind a bush. What is doing? From one jump he went to lotus feet of Lord Ram. Told Prabhu, what are you doing? Lord Ram, he became ashamed. Oh, Hanuman came. Lord, hey Hanuman, go out from here. Do your own duty. Oh Prabhu, please tell me what happened. Why you are so much angry with me? Lord Ram told Hanuman, what I am telling, follow my order. Oh Prabhu, no, you must have to tell. Why you are here alone? What you are why hiding here? Lord Ram, oh my goodness, I don't want to tell. Hanuman insisting. If you know somebody's weak point, then you can capture him very easily. Hanuman knew weak point of Lord Ramchandra is Bhakta Vatsal. He has so much affection for his devotee. Hanuman insisting, Lord Ram will not tell, but Hanuman not let Lord Ram go. So must he have to tell. Then Lord Ram told Hanuman, what shall I tell you? Look, you are all monkeys bringing big, huge rock. And you are writing my name and chanting my name, putting on the water, it is floating. So I have to test. So I took some pebbles and throwing, sinking. So I am very worried. Hanuman laughing. Lord Ram told, I know you will laugh. So I don't want to tell you. Hanuman told Prabhu, I am not laugh at you. Lord Ram, why you are laughing? Hanuman told, "Oh Prabhu, we are taking shelter of your holy name. Due to the shelter of your holy name, big rock are floating on the water. If you reject, how they can float? They must sink. Means when rejected by Bhagavan, they will die. They will go in hell. But devotee, they are helping. So due to help of devotee, they are floating, means they can come over from material existence." So I am giving how Lord Ram is Bhakta Vatsal. The nature of this world, God, Bhagavan Krishna, Ram, they are Bhakta Vatsal. They have love and affection for their own devotee. And parents, they are Santan Vatsal. They have so much love and affection for their own baby. And Gurudev has so much love and affection for his disciple and especially Sevak. So Hanuman knew this. Bhagavan is Bhakta Vatsal. One day, Vishwamitra Rishi, he came to Royal Assembly of Lord Ramchandra. Same Vishwamitra Rishi took Lord Ramchandra to Janakpur, and Lord Ramchandra got married there with Sita Devi. So he came at that time. Lord Ram came after exile, everything done. Lord Ram was king. So when Vishwamitra came, Lord Ram put him on the throne, washed his feet, dried, did arati, everything. And there are so many kings under Lord Ram guidance. And Narad Rishi was also there that day in that assembly. So all are doing pranam. One king was close to Narad Rishi, name was Sakuni. Narad said, "Hey, don't do pranam to this Rishi. Don't do." And Narad Rishi also very highly qualified, saintly person. And Narad said, "Don't do, he will not do pranam to Lord Vishwamitra Rishi." Vishwamitra noticed this. Everybody did pranam, only this fellow not doing pranam. Vishwamitra Rishi became very angry and told to Lord Ram, "Ram, look, all are honoring me doing pranam. Only this king not doing pranam to me. What will do? What will punish him?" Lord Ram told, "Prabhu, tomorrow after sunrise, his head only on your lotus feet." Assembly postponed that for that day. Now king is weeping. "Oh Narad Rishi, what you know about this material world? You have no one, you are renounced person. If I die, my very beautiful youth wife, full youth wife, will die, and 2 months baby, they will die, my parents will die. Look, you not kill me, you kill my whole family. Nadu, don't talk so much. I told you not to do pranam, you should not give pranam. Why so much hurry? I will tackle the matter. How you can tackle the matter? Bhagavan Ram has promised, you must kill. Don't worry. Why so much hurry? Prabhu, you don't know. You have no one. You are a renounced person. Who can save me from Lord Ram's arrow? It's inflammable. Now, calm down. There's so much time. Don't worry. What? I will tell you, follow me. The king Satan told, "Yes, I have no other choice." They told, "Okay, you can go to Mother Anjani." Anjani means Hanuman's mother. Going there, you have to weeping bitterly. And because mother's heart very soft, when mother will ask, "Oh my dear son, what are you weeping?" Then you will tell, "Oh mother, please ask your son Hanuman to protect me tomorrow after sunrise. But don't tell who will kill you." Okay. He went to Mother Anjani. In India, one place, we went few months before by enough to myself, a few more devotees. So many devotees there, Premananda Prabhu, so many were there. We went, where Hanuman took bath. See, he went and weeping bitterly, hitting his forehead against the floor. Mother came, oh my dear son, why are you weeping so bitterly? What happened? To mother, someone want to kill me tomorrow after sunrise. Please ask your son Hanuman to protect me. I want his protection. Oh, for this minute thing, you are weeping so bitterly? Okay. Mother Anjana remembered Hanuman arrived there, immediate. Wherever Hanuman may be, he was in Ajodhya. He has contact with his mother. Whenever his mother will remember, he will come immediately. Hanuman came and gave my mother, why are you calling me? Mother Anjana told, my dear son, this fellow, I have given him shelter. He is weeping so bitterly, somebody want to kill him tomorrow after sunrise, we have to protect him. Oh mother, very good, no problem. Then he told them, Hanuman, promise I will save you, I will protect you, I will protect you. Hanuman promised 3 times. Hanuman told, who will kill you tomorrow? Lord Ram. What? Lord Ram kill you? Hanuman told, yes. The king told, yes. Why not told me as before? Then I have to fight with my Prabhu? How is this possible? But what I promised, I have to fulfill my promise, because I promised to my mother. Who sent you to me? Narada said, oh, Narada sent you. Now I understood. Okay. You can go and sleep peacefully. Tomorrow before sunrise you can come to me. Whose life in danger and Lord Ram will kill. How he can sleep even 1 second? You sleep lying on bed thinking, oh, maybe sun rising. Even midnight. Could not sleep even 1 second. Next day when now sky became clear, he came to Hanuman. There, and sunrise, Lord Ram took his bow and arrow. His omniscient know where he is. He came and seeing Lord Ram, that guy went behind to Hanuman. Lord Hanuman, Lord Hanuman did pranam. Move away from here. Go away from here. Hanuman, Prabhu, why are you angry with me? Hanuman, what I am ordering, follow my order. Don't delay. Move from here. But Prabhu, you never angry with me. Why angry? Hanuman, move from here. Prabhu, why? Why angry? Why I have to move from here? Lord Ram told, because I promise I will kill this king. Hanuman told Prabhu, I promise I will protect him. If you really want to kill him, then first kill me. And you have to walk on my dead body, then you can reach there. The Hanuman took his club, Jai Sri Ram. In front of Ram. Okay, Prabhu. How many arrows you have, you can use for me. And Narad Rishi, being on the higher, he was watching everything. Then after, what shall I do now? How I can kill you? How you serve me so many ways? I can kill by myself, not able to kill you. Narad Rishi came down, playing violin. Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram. Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Sri Ram. Again Hanuman telling, Ram Lakshman Janaki, Jai Bolo Hanuman ki. Ram Lakshman Janaki, Jai Bolo Hanuman ki. Prabhu, what happened? Why so much worry? Narad is behaving such a that he knows nothing. But he is the root of all cause. What happened? Lord Ram told, I promise that I will kill him. Hanuman promised to protect him. Narad said, Prabhu, what you promised? You promised yesterday, that promise. Lord Ram said, yes. Prabhu, you promised that his head will be on the lotus feet of Vishwamitra Rishi. This you have promised. Lord Ram told, yes. So I came to chop off his head. Prabhu, for this minute thing you are so much worried. Vishwamitra, this is a minute thing. Now this is a very insignificant thing. How come? I can solve the matter very easily. Let us go to your assembly. Okay? Lord Ram is showing his Bhagavan, but due to Yogmaya he cannot understand how to solve the matter. When they enter there, Vishwamitra is sitting there, and all they went in front of Vishwamitra Rishi, and Narad Rishi told, "O Prabhu, you have promised the head of this king will be the lotus feet of Vishwamitra Rishi today after sunrise. This is your promise?" Lord Ram told, yes. Narad Rishi asked Vishwamitra Rishi, this is promised by Lord Ram? Vishwamitra told, yes. Prabhu, this is very easy. What? You can grab his head and you can put on the lotus feet of Vishwamitra Rishi. You never promised to chop off his head. You only promised his head will be on the lotus feet of Vishwamitra Rishi. So hold his head, grab his hair, and by force put it down lotus feet of Vishwamitra Rishi. So Lord Ram hold his hair and put on the lotus feet of Vishwamitra Rishi. Everything settled down, no need to kill. Why? Due to Narad Rishi. Narad Rishi Bhakta Vatsal, and mainly Hanuman Bhakta Vatsal. Hanuman promised he will protect him. So here Hanuman is protected by Hanuman. Now I am coming. Example of holy name, greatness of holy name in Dwapar Yuga. Like that, there are two epics in India, not only India, for the whole world. Ramayana and Mahabharata. Ramayana took place in Treta Yuga, Mahabharata in Dwapar Yuga. In Ramayana took place due to Sita Devi, and Mahabharata took place due to Draupadi. So, Pandavas are 5 brothers and Duryodhana are 100 brothers. They are cousin brothers. So, I am not going details, I am telling very short. Maharaj Yudhishthira, by the help of Krishna, by Maidanam, he made very huge, nice royal palace, full of illusion. So nice, there is a very thick concrete wall. Somebody will think, oh, there is a curtain moving with air, going here and there. So, when Duryodhana came, because Yudhishthira invited him for a look, and Maharaj Yudhishthira want to give him some guide. Well, no, I have no need guide, I can go by myself. When he was going, so this is a curtain I can pass through. Like, marching like army. Going, hit his forehead. Immediate one, like ping pong ball came on his forehead. And he was watching or not. If anyone see that, what do you think? Like nothing happened. He's going, really a curtain there. No, must be comfortable, I will not go there. He's thinking. After he's going, there is a nice playground. It seems that fire is burning, big, very high flame. He's thinking, how I can go this way? One maid of Draupadi told, Prince, there is no fire at all. It is full of grass. This is illusion. Hut! I don't need any direction. Shut up! I am a prince. One maid is directing me. And the one royal palace, one part of the palace, on the balcony, Bhim and Draupadi was there. They are watching the whole movement of Duryodhana. And Krishna also there. He is going. He is full of snow. It seems that lotus is blossoming there. He is going. Another maid So there is no lotus at all, it is full of snow. He became more angry. Then he was going, there's a nice green soft grasses, very nice, but there's a deep water. Another man told Kumar, don't go, there is deep water. Hup! Deep water. So very nice grasses, green grasses, deep water. Marching, all of it. Sink in the water. When all of a sudden you go in the water, water will go your nose and mouth, ears, came up. Then Krishna hint to Bhima and Draupadi. Both are laughing. Kesava, come. Okay.
Sit down.
Okay. They are laughing, Draupadi and Bhim, and Draupadi told, like father, like son, blind father, blind son. The father of Duryodhana name was Dhritarashtra, he was blind by birth. The father is blind, son must be blind. If father is donkey, son will never be monkey, son will be donkey. If father is dog, son never be hog, must be dog. So father is blind, so son will be blind. Then Duryodhana became very angry, okay. One day I take revenge of Draupadi. I will show her I have eyes or not. So it passed. After some time, Duryodhana invite Yudhishthira for dice match. According to tradition, if someone, one Kshatriya warrior invite other warrior, another Kshatriya for dice match on battlefield, have to take part. Yudhishthira Maharaj defeated by Duryodhana. There is some conspiracy behind this. And he defeated himself, he put in the bed for his brothers, his wife, everybody lose. Then Duryodhana told, now you can bring that very extremely Miss Universe lady, Draupadi, make her disrobe, put on my thigh, I will show the whole world and show to her that first king has defeated, or first he put me on bed. Well, no, first king has defeated, but when he has defeated, he has no right, reserve to put other on the bed. So what can do? Servant came back. Then Duryodhana sent his brother Dushasana. He has 10,000 elephant power on his arms, same strength as equal to 10,000 elephant. He went, drag her in the assembly. After some time, what happened I am telling. When she dragged by Dushasana, she looked towards so many superiors. None can come to help her. Then what happened? She called Krishna's name. Hey Govinda Raka Saranabtu Jivanahari. Oh Govinda, now I am in danger. Please save me, save me. Krishna came in form of cloth. Krishna wrapped on Draupadi. Dushasana, pulling cloth, became tired, not end of any garment. So after some time, when Draupadi met Krishna, told, oh Krishna, when Dushasana was pulling my cloth, why you not come to help me? Then Krishna told Draupadi, speak true, don't tell lie. When they drag you assembly, you look towards grandfather Bhishma or not? Draupadi told yes. And Krishna told, do you think I am less powerful than Bhishma, grandfather Bhishma? Why look towards him? Draupadi told, because he is my grandfather, he is the superior, he is big warrior. Okay. When grandfather not help me, he keep his face down. Why not come to help me? Krishna told, you look towards your blind father-in-law or not? Dhritarashtra? Yes. Do you think I am inferior to your blind father-in-law? No, I never consider like this. Okay, when my father-in-law not order others, don't do this. Why not come to me? Krishna told, I came in the doorway. Why not coming in? You want to see the fun? They'll make me disrupt and you see the fun? No, don't blame me. Krishna telling. You look towards Archer Guru, Dronacharya not. He taught them archery, all Kuru and Pandav. Yes, I look towards him and he also keep face down. Do you think I am less strong person, stronger than Dronacharya? No, Prabhu. Then when Dronacharya not help, why not help? And so I enter the assembly. But why not helping? We look towards Kripacharya, your own Guru or not? Yes. Do you think I am less powerful than, or less qualified than Kripacharya? No. Then why don't I am standing next to you? You are not looking at me. Draupadi, I think that you want to see the fun. No, you look towards Bhima and Arjuna or not. They already got defeated. They have no power to help you. Why look towards them? No, Prabhu. Yes, I did this mistake. Then why not come? I am standing next to you. Look towards me and call me. You thought by your own arms you cover your front side. I am less powerful than your arms? No, Prabhu. Then why not come? I am eager to come, eager to help. You hold your cloth, end of the cloth in between your teeth or not? When you give up all hope, raise your hand. He Govinda Rakha Sarana Abdum Jivana Hari. He Govinda Rakha Sarana Abdum Jivana Hari. When you give up all hope and chant my name, Hey Govinda, give me shelter, now I am in danger. Then what happened? Sari kheche to hara Dushasana sari badaye sam. Dushasana, who has 10,000 elephant power in his arms, he became tired. And this is not end of government. Why? Because the greatness of holy name. Because he has chanted holy name of Krishna. Now I am coming in Kali Yuga. In Kali Yuga you know about Jagai Madhai and my Srila Gurudev and my spiritual grandson Gurudev Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj and grandson Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj. How they delivered so many Jagai Madhai in Western country, I have nothing to say. You know all better than me. Just time of Mahaprabhu, that one pair of Jagai Madhai. But time of Gurudev and time of Swami Maharaj, there are so many Jagai Madhai, so many. They delivered them. So, I am finishing here. And tomorrow we are going to London. And there are 3 classes in London, Friday, Saturday and Sunday in Gandhamata. I am requesting you all to come and take part. Hare Krishna. I know you could not follow properly because you are new, but you can learn from them. Now, if anybody has question, please mention. Any doubt, please speak out.
Maharaj, I have one doubt or question. When Draupadi, when she sees Duryodhana fall in the water and she says, comment, like father, like son, blind father.
Krishna hints them, him and Draupadi, to laugh at Duryodhana.
Acha, okay.
And Draupadi is very polite, very
yes.
We do other things.
There would be no war.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Krishna wants to take the burden away from the earth.
This is like arrow from woman saying like that to a big man like Duryodhana.
Draupadi is not an ordinary lady. She is not taken birth from mother's womb. when fire sacrifice is going on, her father was doing with full use, all cloth, all ornaments, she came out from fire.
Yeah.
The manifestation of Lakshmi Devi, and she came to help Krishna to take the burden away. He is the main instrument of Krishna to take the burden away in Prabhupada Yuga.
Whereas the example you gave of Draupadi and Gajendra, they were chanting now because they were in danger. So what is the result of that chanting of that time?
Even in danger, if somebody calls holy name, Bhagavan help, and when he chant always with full affection, love and affection, then they get mercy. Here because the life in danger is not coming Onna Vilasita, Donna Vilasita Sunnam. Because in life danger, if you call Bhagavan to help, this is excusable, no problem. We will do Arati.
What command?